Reuben and I have been together for almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years this fall.
We met on a bus. It's like Romeo and Juliet story.
We were on the way to one of my sorority's date parties, and he was invited by somebody else, and I was set up with this guy who was horrific.
But I saw Rachel's face. I had met her once before, probably a year earlier, in a dorm room.
And I think we had met freshman year in the dorm with a mutual friend, but it was like a very quick, oh, nice to meet you, and then I totally forgot he existed.
I remember reading her lips. She looks out at my friend Josh and I can read her lips, and she says my name. Oh, well, that's impressive. I don't know her name, but she knows mine. But I recognized her. And then we end up on the same bus.
On the bus, we were sitting across the aisle from each other, and when my awful date got up to go to the bathroom,
I swooped in, and we spent the rest of the night together.
and then we just were each other's dates essentially the rest of the night. So we ditched the other dates.
Yeah, so she spent her second semester, junior year, I believe it was, in Italy for her semester abroad.
He came to visit me, which was a surprise. We weren't sure we were going to weather the storm of studying abroad because he was staying and I was leaving.
I remember very vividly calling her up and telling her I was going to come, and she started crying. And I didn't realize that this was something that would make her cry, so I thought that she had just been mugged or something happened on the streets of Italy which caused her to cry. So I got really nervous thinking that something terrible happened to her, only to realize that in actuality she was happy that I was coming.
And he flew to Italy to see me. We spent a week together there.
She was in classes, so during the day she'd go to class and I would do whatever Italians do, I guess. Eat a lot of carbs. And we would spend all of her free time together.
Romantic Italian restaurants, and we traveled all around, and that was awesome.
And that was where we had our first anniversary dinner, which set me up for failure for every subsequent anniversary dinner because we're not in Italy.
We moved back to Michigan because he got a job here. We got this house. I had just started a new internship, and a week after moving in, I come home from work, and there were rose petals lined from the back door all the way up the stairs.
From where I knew she would come into the house, at the door, I laid a path of roses coming into the house, up the stairs into the bedroom where I would be standing.
And of course I followed the little trail, and he was upstairs, dressed in a suit, as cute as can be.
And she sees the roses, doesn't think much of it, and comes up the stairs, and I'm standing there in my suit, and she still doesn't think anything of it.
He just proposed right then and there, really simple, at home, private, it was great.
So I open it up, I get down on my knee, and I don't know what I'm doing. So I fling this thing open, the ring flies out of the case, it ends up on the floor. The whole thing was a disaster, but she said yes, so I guess it worked out.